Okay, Stacy. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Stacy Randall, and I am currently a customer care manager for Anthem Incorporated. I have worked there for just over 4 years, just a few weeks over 4 years actually. As a customer care manager, I am responsible for managing a team of 21 associates. 21 associates. They are call center associates. They answer incoming calls. And as a leader of these associates, it's my job to monitor their performance on a daily basis and to make sure that they are helping the company to meet its strategic goals. I am proud to say that I have the highest performing team, and I have had the highest performing team consistently for the last 6 months. And that is based on our quality scores, our customer satisfaction scores, adherence to their schedules, transfer rate, and the amount of time that they spend being productive each day. Those are the things that my manager looks for. And again, my team is the highest performing team, which I attribute directly to the leadership skills that I bring to that role.
Very nice. So tell me a little bit about your past work experiences.
Okay, well, I've been in the healthcare industry for just about 20 years. I've held various non-clinical positions in the healthcare industry. I have been a referral coordinator. I have been an insurance clerk for a major hospital. At one point, I owned my own billing business where I would submit claims to Medicare on behalf of the clients that I was servicing. I have a background in training where I've been a corporate trainer, a training team lead, a training supervisor, and most recently I moved into the role of customer care manager, which I had been doing for 2 years in that particular role.
Wow, you've been a very busy person.
I try to stay busy.
So describe a time when you worked well on a team.
Sure, I can do that for you. Very recently, my management team that I'm on was tasked with a team building activity under the leadership of our HR director. And the activity that we were given, or the task we were given, was to build a bridge out of Legos over a torrent river.
Wow.
And my role on the team was to manage the financial aspect of the project. I was responsible for making sure we had enough money for materials and enough money for labor costs, as well as assisting with the designing phase of how we would actually make that bridge come to be. We were competing against the other members of the management team, so we were split into two groups. And with my careful budgeting and planning, my assistance with the design phase, and the execution of my team, we were able to successfully build the bridge over the river, and we actually beat out the other team that we were competing against.
That sounds, pretty exciting and fun at the same time.
It was actually. It was really interesting to play with Legos at work and get paid for it too.
You can't always get paid to be a big kid.
No.
So tell me about a time when you had to go, or when you had too many things to do and had to prioritize your tasks.
Okay, on a daily basis, I have to monitor my associates, answer questions, handle supervisor escalations, respond to emails that I receive from my manager. And very recently, just last week actually, I received an email from my call center director advising me that she had scheduled me to complete 6 CBTs, which are computer-based training courses. And she wanted those to be completed by the following Monday.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it was kind of a last minute thing, but very important thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was I listed out on my dry erase board all of the tasks that I needed to complete that week.
Mm-hmm.
And once I had them all listed out, I was able to reorganize and reorder them to put them in order of priority to make sure that I could get the maximum out of the time that I had.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that the computer-based trainings would require my concentration and elimination of distractions,
Mm-hmm.
I actually scheduled that to be the very last thing that I did. And I came in on Saturday when the office is closed,
Mm-hmm.
and I completed all 6 CBTs, or computer-based trainings, on Saturday, which met her deadline of having them completed before the following Monday.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. I don't know if I could have given up my Saturday for that.
I actually do it often because it really helps to stay focused when no one else is there.
I could understand that by, working in a call center myself. I understand. So Tell me about a time when you had to go above and beyond the call of duty, and how did you handle that situation?
I will never forget this one, actually. I received a supervisor escalation from a woman named Pat who works for Texas Children's Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
She was calling in to my company because she had a large amount of claims that had not yet been processed and she had an outstanding accounts receivable. So she was speaking with one of my associates, asked to speak with the manager. She was looking for assistance. I got on the phone, spoke with her, reviewed a few of the claims, and knew that the problem she had was not going to be something that I could resolve in that phone call.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave her my my work email address,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked her to send me a spreadsheet of the claims that she had that were outstanding. Unbeknownst to me, she sent 722 claims.
Wow.
A little bit more than what I was expecting, but I had asked her to send them to me. When I saw the spreadsheet, saw how many claims that she had,
Mm-hmm.
I reviewed some of the different claims to kind of understand what the underlying issue was and why her claims were not being paid.
Mm-hmm.
Then I worked with our provider relations department to get each and every claim reviewed and processed correctly for her, reached back out, let her know what had happened,
Mm-hmm.
and that she would be able to expect payment so that she could reduce her outstanding accounts receivable. It ultimately wasn't my responsibility to receive that information via email and work directly with provider relations,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't want to pass it off to someone else because if she had 722 claims,
Right.
clearly no one had been helping her.
Right.
So I wanted to take ownership and give her one person
Mm-hmm.
that she could communicate with who really cared about getting her issue resolved. And she still actually asked to speak to me when she calls now
Oh,
and can't
wow.
get her issues taken care of.
That's awesome. I know it, it has to make you still feel some sort of, proud of yourself. That 722, that's a lot.
Yeah, 722. Normally, prior to that, I had gotten maybe 25 or 30 that I've said to a provider, go ahead and send those to me. 722 is a little excessive, but I was just proud to be able to resolve her issue.
That sounds wonderful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I will never forget that number now.
Yeah, I will never forget Pat at Texas Children's.
So, tell me about a time when you worked effectively under pressure.
Okay. When I first came into my company, I came in as a corporate trainer,
Mm-hmm.
and I was responsible for training the new hires that were being hired on.
Mm-hmm.
And I received a request from the call center director to train a new manager who she had hired who did not have a call center background. Our training program at the time was 3 weeks long, but she needed this new manager to be trained in 5 days, and she needed him to learn the entire 3-week curriculum.
Wow.
Talk about pressure.
Yes.
So what I did was I reviewed the training program agenda,
Mhm.
and I made a new agenda or an outline of the agenda that was based on 5 days, and it outlined what I needed to cover day over day to make sure that I could get the training done in those 5 days. By combining like or similar items, I was able to eliminate some of the extra time that we normally have in training.
Mhm.
I stayed focused, I stayed on task, I eliminated distractions, and by doing those things and getting the buy-in from that manager,
Mhm.
I was able to successfully train him in those 5 days. And that manager has now been with the company for 3 years, so I know that he's doing a great job in his role.
Nice. It sounds like it could have been a little bit challenging. I'll be honest. I wouldn't have been able to do it in 5 weeks, or excuse me, 5 days.
It was, but it's actually one of the things I'm most proud of. And
Mhm.
from that, I've actually had the opportunity to train other managers in 5 days because I was able to show that it could be done.
Wow. Now, with you training him or that manager within 5 days, with what did it pay off? I mean, how does the outcome?
It really did. He is very successful in his role. He has moved up into going from a level 1 manager to a level 3 manager,
Oh, wow.
to where he is supporting the highest level of associates that we have. Even though he didn't come in with that healthcare background,
Mhm.
he was able to really get what he needed in those first 5 days.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So, give me an example of a time when you showed initiative.
Okay. Also, when I was a corporate trainer, when I started at the company 4 years ago, their training program at that time was actually 5 weeks of in-classroom time.
Mm-hmm.
And coming into the company being new, it seemed to me that 5 weeks was a long time to keep everyone in training
Mm-hmm.
and a long time for the business or the call center leadership to wait on a resource that they were paying for that they weren't able to use.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the initiative to review the training agenda, see where there were inefficiencies or I could develop maybe best practices.
Mm-hmm.
And in reviewing the agenda, I did find some inefficiencies. I found some places where there was not a lot of good time management happening. And I put some best practices into play, and I was able to reduce the training time to be only 3 weeks of in-classroom training without jeopardizing the efficiency or the effectiveness of the training,
Mm-hmm.
and still produce quality associates, but give the business that resource that they were paying for
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks sooner than having them wait 5 weeks to get that resource.
That's awesome. So is there anything else you would like us to know about you?
Yes, I think the one thing that I would like you to know about me is that I truly believe in leading by example. Whether I'm dealing with my associates at work or whether I'm dealing with my children and my family at home,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely feel that it's important to lead by example.
Mm-hmm.
Very recently, I decided after 20 plus years to go back to school and get my degree. I'd not had the opportunity to do that previously because life intervened. I had children and got married and such.
Mm-hmm.
And so recently I decided it was important to me to go back and get my degree. I've talked to my children about education, stressed to them the importance of it and how it will help them in life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time for me to lead by example and show them that I'm not just talking about it, but I really do value education, and I really do feel that it's important to be a good leader, not only at work, but in my personal life as well.
That's wonderful, Stacy. Well,
Thank you.
I just want to thank you for coming in and, sharing a few things about your life and about your work with us.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.
Yes, absolutely. You have a wonderful day,
You too.
Stacy. Thank you.